guys, it's Sydney. Welcome back to my channel. It has been a little while since I've uploaded a video, so I'm definitely glad to be back here with you guys. I've spent the past month being incredibly busy at work, getting stuff up for Coachella, and then just in my personal life, figuring things out for myself. But I have figured out a couple things in this past month that I did want to share with you guys concerning my productivity and how I'm able to fit in all of the things that I want to be doing. Because there's so many, I just can't make my mind up about what I want to do. And so in my head, that just means I want to make time for everything. So I have some tips for you in terms of like lifestyle changes, very small ones, but that have a really good impact, and some mindset changes as well that I'm still working on, but I think that they're doing really good things for me. So about a month ago, I realized that the time that I had in the mornings wasn't really being spent in the way that I wanted it to be spent. So the ideal morning for me in my head is I journal and I eat breakfast and then I do some stretching and then I spend like an hour like doing self-care, getting ready, getting dressed, pack a little bit of lunch and go. That's my ideal morning. And normally what that looks like is I wake up, I check my phone, I see that a bunch of my favorite YouTubers have posted videos, so I pop my headphones in and watch a video while I stay in bed. And so then I put on a video while I'm feeding the cats, and then I put on another video, and then an email comes in, so I start looking at my email, and then I think, oh my god, I haven't journaled yet, and then everything's rushed. And I just was noticing that was happening very frequently. So I decided I needed to make a change there. Because I use my phone as my alarm clock, I see those notifications first thing when I wake up. That was what needed to change. So I turned off my YouTube notifications. I don't get banners and I don't get pop-ups telling me that people have uploaded. I still have my badge notifications so I can look and see that 2 new things have been uploaded, but it's not telling me what they are and it's not notifying me when they happen. So that way when I look at my phone first thing in the morning to turn off my alarm clock, I'm not seeing that all of my YouTubers on the East Coast have already posted their morning videos. Am I still watching videos in the morning? Yes, but I'm doing it in a more mindful way, and I'm not doing it first thing and starting myself off on the wrong track. Similarly, I also altered my Gmail notification settings so that when I get an email, it does not give me a preview of what that is, and it doesn't show up in my lock screen. Obviously, you can do with this what you can. The settings are pretty customizable, but I realized that I was looking at my lock screen and it would show me a preview of all of the emails that I had gotten. And those are things that I should be dealing with when I get into the office, not when I wake up at 7:30 and I'm looking at my phone. I still get the notification when an email comes in. That way, if I am expecting an email, I'm getting that notification and I can check it. It's just not telling me who the email is from or what the email says. So that way I can check my email on my own terms and I'm not being flashed with little tidbits of information that are making me want to open up and go into all of that email nonsense. And starting the morning off more on my terms in this way has been really helpful. And I realized that my content and my technology really was kind of getting in my way in a lot of different aspects of my life. And one of the other things that I did end up changing this month was that I altered my Netflix settings. This is something that I had no idea that you can do, but now I know and I want to share it with you guys. You can turn off the autoplay on Netflix. It is life-changing, let me tell you that. So my boyfriend and I really like to watch Netflix during dinner. One episode of one show is like perfect amount of dinner time for us. And that way we can sit down, watch an episode, and then it just stops. Do I want to keep watching TV? And sometimes the answer is yes. And then you just click, yes, next episode, take me to it. It's crazy how much that those 7 seconds that they give you between episodes, like that's not enough time for your brain to reset to think, I kind of feel like I've had enough TV for the day. And giving yourself that option of just having it pause and just getting up and walking away from the TV between episodes is really, really awesome. Those 3 things in themselves have been totally life-changing. Changing your technology and your technology settings and your content settings to benefit you. It's still there. You don't have to delete your Facebook. Just turn off the notifications so that you can just check it when you have the time to check it. So another part in my day that was kind of slipping away from me was bedtime. And what would happen every night was that I would be involved in something or watching a show, and then suddenly I would look up and it was like 11 o'clock and I'd be like, oh my god, it's time for bed. And then I kind of rush around and try and like calm myself down and get in bed. You know, it just ends up kind of spiraling out. So what I decided to do was just create an event that reoccurred daily that reminded me that 10:30 was the time that I should start getting ready for bed. And creating it as an event is great because that way if I am out watching a movie and I'm in a theater and I have my phone on Do Not Disturb mode, it doesn't ring. If it is an alarm, it will ring while you're in Do Not Disturb mode. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong there, but that's something that I've learned the hard way. And what that does is at 10 o'clock, it gives me the chance to take half an hour to finish up what I'm doing. And whether that's clean for half an hour to like try and get some of the dishes out of the way for the next day, or finish another half hour of an episode or a game that I'm playing, it gives me time to prepare for my transition. And then at 10:30, when the actual event is scheduled for, it reminds me again, and that's the time that I can then take to do my nighttime routine, wind down, and if I have that half hour of like getting ready for bed, I'm usually ready to go to sleep at 11 o'clock. And I've been getting to bed a lot earlier than I was getting to bed before, which is just great in every single way. There's never any time and I'm like, I went to bed too early last night. So 2 things recently that I've wanted to be doing more of in my life is writing and playing music. And I was feeling overwhelmed with trying to find time to do those things. I realized that if I just give myself a timer and say, you're just gonna do this for half an hour, or you're just gonna do this for an hour, it makes it much easier for me to get those things done. And it also makes it a lot easier for me to be guilt-free when I'm not doing those things. So even if I'm just sitting there like looking over at sheet music and I can't decide what I'm gonna be playing, I'm sitting there for half an hour and I'm committing to that. And the same with writing. If I don't even write a sentence the whole time, I usually do, but if I'm just reading something that's kind of related to my writing, or looking up research, or kind of browsing through thesauruses to find different words for things, I'm still doing that work and I'm still sitting at my desk committing that time. Giving yourself that timer for how long you're going to be actually doing that task can be really helpful, especially if you're feeling overwhelmed with trying to find the time to do it. And the timer thing has worked not just for habit stuff, but for cleaning as well. If I know I'm just gonna clean for half an hour, it makes me a lot more likely to start cleaning the house. If I can just spend half an hour doing that, I'm much more likely to do it. And actually often I end up going over my timer because all I really needed was that initial push to start. The last thing is really more of a mindset shift, and that is allowing yourself guilt-free downtime. And this has been really difficult for me. I get really hard on myself when I'm not being productive every single moment of the day, and allowing myself to not do productive things is really important. So a lot of times I come home from work and I just want to play Zelda. And instead of thinking all of those negative thoughts of like, why are you this tired after work? Like, you're better than this, you're so lazy. Trying to get all of those negative thoughts out of your head and just say, sure, you like Zelda, let's just play for an hour. Doesn't mean that our whole night is going into shambles and that we're only gonna play video games tonight. It just means that, hey, if you wanna like play a game right now, if you wanna do something right now that relaxes you, go for it, do that. And don't judge yourself for it, and don't carry that guilt with you that you were supposed to be doing something else instead. I think it can be really helpful to make an ideal weekly planner where you list out every half hour of your day and how you want to be spending it. That can be a really great guideline, but you don't want to be hard on yourself when you stray from that guideline. As long as your whole life isn't like falling apart because all you're doing is ignoring your schedule. So those are all of the little tips that I have that I've been implementing into my life over the past couple months, and they've been working really well for me. I hope that you can find them useful and maybe incorporate some of them into your life as well. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos from me in the future. I'll be making them, and I'd love to have you here with them. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you and all of your views, and I will see you around in my next video. Bye-bye.